Hey there, English learners! Welcome back to English Podcast with FTJ, your go-to place for learning English in a fun and easy way. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Jack. It's awesome to have you here today. Whether this is your first time or you've been listening for a while, get ready because today's episode is something you don't want to miss.
Totally. Jack, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you want to change yourself completely? Like a habit, a routine, or even how you think, but somehow you just keep going back to the same old patterns?
Oh, yes. I remember last week. I kept checking my phone every 5 minutes, even when I had important things to do. I promised myself, no, today I'll focus, but bam, there I go again, scrolling without noticing.
I know that feeling too well. For me, it's procrastination. I wake up and say, today I'm productive, and then I do everything except the one thing I should be doing.
But Jennifer, here's the thing. Did you know there's actually science behind why we get stuck in these habits? And better yet, there's a way to finally break free.
Oh, you've got my attention now. What's this magic you're talking about?
Today, we're going to talk about how reinventing yourself isn't just about setting goals. It's about changing who you believe you are. Because when you shift your identity, your habits naturally follow.
Wow, that sounds amazing and honestly exactly what I need right now. And it's perfect for our English learners too. Reinventing yourself helps you become more confident, fluent, and proactive in your English journey.
Exactly. So if you're tired of the same old habits and ready to discover the secret to real change, stay with us. This episode is for you.
And guess what? We've got a special treat today, a free PDF guide that goes with this episode with key takeaways, exercises, and even grammar tips to help you break old habits and boost your English at the same time.
Plus, we'll introduce some new vocabulary words along the way. Words and phrases that make you sound natural when speaking English. Charlotte will break them down later in her vocabulary section.
All right, Jack, let's dive in. You've said for years that you're a procrastinator, but have you ever thought, maybe that's just a story you've been telling yourself?
Oh, 100%. I've convinced myself this is just who I am. And every time I procrastinate, it's like my brain gives me an excuse.
Exactly. How we see ourselves shapes how we act. If you believe you're naturally a procrastinator, guess what? You will procrastinate. It's not a conscious choice. Your identity leads your behavior.
Wow, that actually makes sense. And I guess it works for English learners too, right? If you keep saying, I'm just not good at English, you'll hesitate, avoid speaking, and stick to what's safe.
Exactly. But here's the good news. You're not stuck with the identity you've been telling yourself. Reinventing yourself starts by changing that story.
Really? How do you do that?
First, you have to clearly imagine the person you want to become. Have you ever pictured yourself as someone who actually gets things done instead of procrastinating?
Not really. I just think about what I should do, but I never picture myself actually being that person.
That's the problem. When you visualize your future self, it becomes more real. Instead of saying, I need to stop procrastinating, imagine yourself as someone who takes action immediately. How do you sit? How do you feel?
Oh, I see. So instead of just hoping to be productive, I need to imagine myself as the kind of person who's naturally on top of things.
Exactly. And this works for English learners too. Instead of vague goals like, I want to get better at English, visualize yourself confidently speaking in conversations, understanding movies without subtitles. See that version of yourself.
Wow, I love that. It makes the goal feel more real and way more motivating.
And Jack, here's something most people don't realize. Small, consistent actions create change. It's not about waiting for a huge moment.
Small actions? Like, what do you mean?
Instead of thinking, I have to be productive all day, just commit to 5 minutes of focused work. That's it. Tiny steps create momentum, and momentum builds your new identity.
Oh, 5 minutes feels doable. And once I start, I usually keep going anyway.
Exactly. And for English learners, it's the same. Don't stress about 1 hour of study. Start with 5 minutes of speaking, listening, or reading. Small steps equal big changes.
Wow, so reinventing myself isn't some dramatic, impossible thing. It's about daily choices, one tiny step at a time.
That's it. And once you take that first step, it's easier to keep moving forward. Your actions start proving who you are becoming, not who you used to be.
Okay, but Jennifer, what about my inner thoughts? If I keep saying I'm terrible at this every time I mess up, doesn't that make things harder?
Absolutely. Your inner dialogue shapes your reality. If you say, I always procrastinate, your brain goes, got it, let's keep doing that.
So basically, my brain just follows orders.
Pretty much. And English learners do the same thing. Thoughts like, I'm bad at speaking, make them hesitant to practice. But if you say, I'm improving every day, your brain starts looking for proof of that.
Okay, I'm on board. No more trash talking myself, only words that help me grow.
Now, Jack, here's something most people overlook. Your environment either helps you change or keeps you stuck.
My environment? Like what's around me?
Exactly. If your phone is right next to you, constantly buzzing, it's harder to focus. If your workspace feels lazy or messy, it's harder to feel motivated. You need to set up your space for success.
Oh, I get it. So if I want to become someone who takes action, I need my surroundings to support that change.
Yes, and for English learners, it's the same. Surround yourself with English. Listen to podcasts, change your phone settings to English, put sticky notes with new words around your room, immerse yourself in the language.
I love that. If I want to change, I need my environment on my side, not against me.
Exactly. And here's another secret. Reinvention isn't about one big moment. It's about the small choices you make every day.
Right. I always thought I'd just wake up one day and poof, I'm suddenly super productive. But really, it's those tiny daily decisions that matter most.
Absolutely. And the same goes for English learners. Fluency doesn't happen overnight. Even 5 minutes of consistent practice builds confidence, skill, and momentum.
So the secret is making small daily choices that reinforce the new me.
That's it. Each tiny action becomes part of your new identity.
All right, Jennifer, I'm convinced. But how do I make sure I actually stick to this reinvention?
Commitment. Real change happens when you decide and stick to it. Say, this is who I am now, and then prove it with your actions every day.
I love that. For me, that means taking action immediately instead of putting things off.
And for our listeners, it's the same. Pick one habit that helps you grow. Practice English daily, speak more, or change your mindset, and commit to it.
So, listeners, think about this. What's one small step you'll take today to reinvent yourself? Say it out loud, write it down, or even share it with us.
And before we wrap up, let's turn things over to Charlotte for today's vocabulary breakdown. She's got some awesome words and phrases from today's episode to help you sound more natural in English.
Thanks, Jennifer and Jack. Today, we covered some powerful words and phrases to help you on your journey of reinvention. Let's go over a few key ones.
That's all for today. Keep practicing these words and you'll sound more confident and natural in no time.
Thanks, Charlotte. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of English Podcast with FTJ. We hope you feel motivated to start reinventing yourself, whether that's overcoming procrastination or becoming a more confident English speaker. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep taking action.
Jack, here's another thing most people forget. Reinvention isn't just about what you do, it's also about how you think about yourself every single day.
Oh, so you mean my thoughts actually shape my habits?
Exactly. If you tell yourself, I'm just not good at English, or I always procrastinate, your brain starts believing it. But if you say, I'm improving every day, or I'm someone who finishes what they start, your brain starts to follow that new identity.
Wow, that's powerful. So basically, my thoughts are like instructions for my brain.
Yep. And here's a fun trick. Write down one sentence every morning that represents the new you. Something like, today I take action immediately, or I speak English confidently. Read it out loud, feel it, and watch how your day changes.
Oh, I love that. Like giving myself a daily pep talk.
Exactly. And you can do this for English too. Imagine saying, I understand English movies without subtitles, or I join conversations without hesitation. When you feel it, your brain starts looking for proof.
That actually makes sense. It's like tricking my brain into becoming the person I want to be.
Yes, and here's another tip. Celebrate small wins. Finished 5 minutes of focused work? Awesome. Spoke English with someone today? Amazing. Every small win reinforces your new identity.
I like that. So instead of waiting for big achievements, I should cheer for the tiny stuff too.
Exactly. And your environment can help with that too. Put sticky notes around with your wins or even small reminders like, I'm improving. Seeing it constantly reinforces your new identity.
Oh, I see. So it's a mix of thoughts, actions, and environment all working together.
That's right. And here's a secret most people forget. Reinvention also involves letting go of old stories. That story of, I'm a procrastinator or I'm bad at languages, you have to let it go.
Letting go of old habits and old stories. Sounds challenging, but also freeing.
Absolutely. And listeners, you can start today. Think of one story you've been telling yourself that's holding you back. Now, rewrite it. Say it out loud. Believe it and act on it.
Wow, that's simple but powerful. Change really does start with a single choice.
Yes, and don't forget, change doesn't happen overnight. It's consistent small actions, positive thoughts, and a supportive environment that create real transformation.
I feel pumped just talking about this. And listeners, remember, every step you take, even the smallest one, is proof that you're becoming the new you.
Exactly. And if you ever feel stuck, just come back to this episode, read your notes, and take one small action. You've got this.
All right, friends, that's it for today's extended session of English Podcast with FTJ. Remember to grab your PDF guide. It's packed with exercises, vocabulary, and tips to help you keep moving forward.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep reinventing yourself one step at a time.
See you in the next episode, friends. Bye for now.